Hi, welcome to our third video on personal finances. And this video is going to be about investment. So, what you can do with your money to kind of set you up for the future and to maybe grow how much money you have so you can buy those bigger things or show banks that you have the capability of paying them back. So, like I said, it may be really wise to invest early on in your life. Even in high school, putting a little bit of money away and maybe investing it is a good way to grow your capital, how much money you have available to you. Um, so in eighth grade, um, my teacher had us do like a stock market investment sort of thing, and we used fake money for that. But even in high school, it might be smart to pick a stock that you really value or that you think is a strong stock, and invest even just a little bit of money in it. Take your birthday money potentially and invest it in that stock. And there's a possibility, right, that you'll end up with more money than you started off with, and that's always a solid thing to do. Um, there are different things that you can invest in. Um, so, for instance, the first one we just talked about was stocks. Stocks can fluctuate in value a lot, so they can go up, they can go down. The market really determines their price. So if a company's doing really well, their price might go up. If a company does something bad, right, especially nowadays with all the different things that can cause prices to fluctuate in the stock market, stocks can kind of rise and fall really quick. But remember, stocks are supposed to be a long-term investment, right? If they rise and fall from a day-to-day standpoint, that's not as big of a deal as long as the trend is up, right? You want to in the long run be able to take that money out of those stocks, sell them, and make more money than you put in originally. So stocks, remember, are a long game, and you want to make sure you pick a stock with a good reputation, and that's something that you use. And that was my mom's advice to me when I was first trying to decide what stocks to invest in. Pick something that you actually use. So, for instance, I'm a runner, so I'm invested in Nike because they're one of the biggest athletic companies in the world. They've got a good reputation, um, and I actually use their products. Another example is Facebook. I use Facebook a lot, so I invested in Facebook a little bit. And Facebook doesn't have the greatest reputation right now, obviously, but um, it is something that I actually use. So it was something I decided to invest in. Another thing that you can invest in is a government bond. Bonds are basically a certificate from the government that says, hey, you paid us this amount of money, um, the day you did. And then in 30 years, we'll give you this much money in return. And they'll tell you exactly how much money you're going to get. There's a percentage growth rate for those bonds. And so they'll say, let's say you put in $100, you buy $100 worth of bonds, and there's got like a 3% growth return. Well, when you get the money back, you'll have $103, right? So you're going to be making money. There's also longer and shorter versions of them. So there are shorter term bonds with maybe a little bit higher percentage rate, and there are also longer term bonds that have a little bit lower percentage rate. So kind of just choosing and picking which ones you want to buy um, can help you with your investment. And then finally, there are mutual funds. Mutual funds are run by professionals, people who work with the stock market, who've been trained to. They kind of know they're supposed to know what they're doing. They might not actually. It kind of depends on the mutual fund you pick, right? You might want to do some research on which one's doing very well. But mutual funds they're managed by professionals and they have different strategies. So some are interested in short-term growth. So if you want a lot of money fast, um, they'll invest it more riskily, right? So there's always a drawback to that. And then there's other ones that are trying to moderately grow your money over a long period of time. And so if you're trying to set yourself up for a retirement or you need money, way in the future, investing in a mutual fund like that, where they can grow your money over a longer period of time. So when you do take it out in the future, you'll have more money, is something you might want to look into and investing in. Investing even just a little bit every year can really benefit you in the long run, especially if you plan on retiring, which I think all of us are, hopefully. I know I don't want to work until I'm 80, but you never know. If you want to work that long, that's you. But investing even that little bit can really help you in the future. It'll help you with retirement, like I said. It can help you with those big purchases, and it can really help you plan out some long-term goals for your future, right? If you know at least you'll have a little bit of money at this point in time, you'll be able to plan around that. It's like, okay, this is how much I'm gonna have. How much will I need to keep making so that I can live comfortably when however old I am? It's also something great, when you're planning on having children. Got to invest some money because college is expensive. It's probably not going to change anytime soon. So having an investment account where you can grow some money, so that you'll be able to use it later to send your children to college, or to set them up with a vehicle, or to set them up with whatever, right? Is something that's worth looking into. Anyway, that's my third video on personal finance. Um, there will be more coming once I plan them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.